Hey there everybody, it's Atherbeerstan back here with some more SevTech Ages. Let's go around. I did a little bit of work off camera just to save you guys the tedium. I got the rest of the leather crafted up, a little bit of rain caught in barrels, and then I just took a bunch of water from here and filled it in with sand. Put some torches over across the river to keep things from coming in from that direction a little bit. I went back to the Darklands and got 2 saplings. I just came back from that, so let's get those planted so that we can have some Darkland oak. That probably is all the Darkland oak we realistically need, because I think the only thing we actually need it for is these chests. I upgraded the output chests so they have an extra 5 slots, and that's just the basic chest with 4 oak bark, so it's not a complicated. Oh hey, rain, cool. Because these barrels fill up really slowly. So whereas before I was constantly complaining about the rain, now I'm like, please rain, please rain, please rain. Which is a problem we can solve, because we're going to get into Totemic just now. Let's grab some sugar cane. That's a big thing that we're going to be needing. And some bones. First thing, we need flute, rattle, and drum. So I happen to know the flute recipe because it's super simple and kind of strange, so it's easy to remember. And then after we get into Totemic, we're going to go back to the Darklands again and do some battle. I want to have totem poles when we get over there, so I don't need these 3 guys anymore. And then we need the rattle, which I cannot remember this recipe for this jingle thing. Okay, we need 3 bones and 3 sugar cane. I knew we needed bone, but I couldn't remember how this went together. That we can do in our inventory conveniently. And then we need a drum, which is also an easy recipe to remember. I still haven't done all of the leather actually, because I ran out of water to grief. I don't want to take a bunch of water out of here, you know, a couple was fine, but this will probably be enough to finish that all off. So let's grab our leather here. Hopefully this rain will finish up our leather, and then we're going to try to push into the next age this episode. Mainly because I went and did some mining out there in the big hole that I keep almost falling in, and I got some slate and some marble and some limestone, but we need a chisel. Fresh out of the totem torches, I just realized we got 2. How do we have that torch is literally right there? Okay, that's some kind of a weird glitch. Anyway, moving on. Drum. And then I think we should also build a teepee. I'm pretty sure this is the recipe for the drum. Yes, okay. And that will get us the Totempedia as well. And lastly, we need a whittling knife. Flaked flint. I have flaked flint, no problem. This way we can start putting totems around the base too. I also ate enough of these wild berries that we have 2.5 extra hearts from the fruit category, and we're really close to the vegetable category, so I'm going to try to switch over. I've got some baked potatoes here. So we need a place to do some rituals. Actually, I guess we don't really right now. I think for now we want to go to the Darklands. That is our next stop. Because what we need is the the burning whopper, and then our melter. But in order to do that, we need the dark gems. So we got to go try really hard not to die. Oh, excuse me for a second. Oh, sorry about that. I thought that was family calling from, my brother works on a fishing boat. So when he calls, it's usually something pretty important, but I did not see the correct area code. It was off by 1 digit, and so that was actually a scam call, and I apologize. Is this, I'm calling, hello, I am from Nebraska, and I am calling about your house. I don't own a house for one thing, and I don't live in Nebraska for another thing, so I don't know what these people are doing, if it's just fishing to get information or what, but it's super annoying. Alright, we need to make some inventory space here. I'm just gonna do this again and throw everything. Actually, let's keep our apples on us. That's good food. And we don't really need a lot of inventory space, but I just don't want to have all this clutter. That's probably good enough. I was gonna say I don't want to lose stuff if I die, but that actually doesn't apply. We'll keep the Totempedia on us because we're gonna want to know about some things. That's probably good. Actually, let's take this and the rocks. Maybe we want to make a crafting stump while we're over there. What we really want are some logs. It is just now getting dark. Probably I should wait until morning so we have time to get over there and get set up, because it's not that far of a journey. Like, it's definitely not going to take us all night. What do we do in the meantime? Let us set up just not a whole totem pole, but we'll just do a totem base. Actually, let's put an ocelot on top of that, just because we can, and it'll keep people from it'll keep creepers from blowing up, at least right there. I think these have a 5-block radius. It's not super far, but it's not okay. Let's grab our ritual stuff. Throw this drum down and check out. I want to do, first of all, the one that breeds, which I think is the Rite of Spring. Animals and villagers, yes. So that is the flute and drum. So we want to do flute and drum. No. Gotta wait for the timer to run out. There is a tool that allows you to cancel. Okay, we can left click. I want to breed these cows and then turn them into buffaloes. Really, we should breed them twice, but okay, so flute and drum and rattle, rattle, drum, rattle, rattle, drum, rattle, drum, rattle, drum, rattle, rattle, drum, rattle, drum. I love the totem mod. This is so much fun. Totemic, yeah, that's what it's called. Are you gonna breed? Did I do the wrong one? After activating, all nearby animals will breed. Consuming, food items. Oh. Well, never mind then. I can just breed them. Like, that's not very useful. I definitely want to get a stockpile of cows, though, before we turn them into buffalo. So let's go over here, and do I want to dig a pit? We can't make fences yet, so that's the dilemma here. But maybe we just do that. I think we can just pick the cows up. So maybe we run out here into the plains, into the middle of the dangerous night, and go bring a couple of cows back, and then I don't have to worry about turning them into to buffalo. I just want to make sure that we have a secure breeding stock of cows before we start turning things into other things. I believe those cows were right around here when last we saw them. Where are you at, cows? Is that a cow? No, that's a tree. That's a spider. That's a creeper. We don't want that. Ooh. Cow? No, that's another creeper. Maybe this is a bad idea. Oh, hey, spider. I don't even want what you're dropping. Where are the cows? I got a full set of armor. Well, I mean, you can see like the skeleton framework of a full set of armor. Where are those cows at? This guy reminded me of it. I saw him off in the distance and thought it'd be great if we could get some more armor. We have a little bit of wolf pelt. We could make some armor. Hey, man. Taking a little bit of damage is actually... Oh, God. What? We didn't take any damage from that. What is happening? That's like the second time we've gotten close range creepered and not taken any damage. Where are these cows at? I know they're out here somewhere. Maybe we need to change our strategy and just pick up some wheat. Creeper. Probably late enough now in the night that we can just head over to the Darklands and where's all the wheat? I know that we've walked by plenty of it. Had a single wheat seed and I think I threw it away at one point. Hey, there's some wheat. Tweedoo! Let's and again we take no damage. What is up with these creepers? Is it the rain? There's some Darklands baddies. Not the ones we're looking for, although we do eventually need what they drop. Oh, do I have any cobblestone? I sure don't. We need to repair our weapons before we go and do this. Okay, let's head back to... Whoa, hey. No, that was bad. Let's head back to base. Grab some cobblestone. I think I dropped it in the strainer base. What is up with this? Terrain gen. Maybe we find ourselves a cow on the way we can take with us. There were 4 of them out here. Oh, there's one. Oh, hey. You got some armor for me? Oh, I don't know what that is, but it looks interesting. Okay. Mission success. I thought we were gonna come back having failed, but we at least got ourselves one cow. Alright, and the sun is coming up. That's kind of perfect. We'll just put the cow in there for now. Grab some cobblestone and skedaddle back on over. Yeah. I don't know what this is. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Hopefully we discover what that's about in the next age after we get it unlocked. Hopefully we get that far. Just repair everything and then head out. Yeah, that would have been bad to have gotten there and just broken our axe. And the real bummer about that is when you break it fighting something, it doesn't just say broken, it actually disappears. If you break it mining, it stays in your inventory and you can repair it, but not if you're doing battle. I'm gonna have to do some like repair work out here. Do that. I want to do some breeding with that in a little bit here. I've been thinking about this, like what's the most sane way to try to conquer the Darklands, because the shadow beasts are, you can see that my tree, I used sand to pillar up into it. Looking a little off. So I think what we want to do is make a 4x4 of totems of give it a spider and an ocelot and a 2x2 is what I meant to say. 2x2 of totems. I want to kind of go into a central location. I don't want to have to like do too much work luring the mobs to us. So maybe like right here would be good. Yeah, this looks okay. So what I want to do is like, let's turn F7 off because it's super ugly. And then we want to totem base all of these. And then we're going to do a spider. I think maybe 2 spiders. That way we can climb up this and the mobs can't follow us. And then we're going to do an ocelot, oh whoops, and a enderman to give us night vision. And then we're going to come out from this a little bit. We'll have to do a little bit of experimentation. Oh, hello. You're not dying because it's raining anymore. We're going to come out from this a little bit. I think 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's 2. That's probably fine. Nope, not there. Right there. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and then we're going to do totem base on each one of those, of course. Doesn't work without the totem base. And then we're going to do pigs here on opposite corners, and then I have to look up, I think it's the buffalo. Totems and effects. No, it's not buffalo. Speed boost would be kind of good. Wolf gives us strength, so we're going to hit them harder. That should give us, yeah, we got luck 3, strength 3, spider climb, night vision. That's going to set us up pretty good, hopefully. And then, of course, we've got the ocelot effect, so the creepers won't come in here and just wreck everything we've got going. So now we can, like, run out here, we can lure people in, and spider climb our way back up. Now, the spider climb is a little iffy. Maybe we want to add additional spiders a little, so we can pick up the spider climb effect a little farther out. Which means we probably didn't need the spiders in here at all, but it's whatever. Spider. It's all learning experience, right? And then we need our totem bases. And we're going to do similar things around the base. So now, hopefully when we're running in, we pick up spider before we even get to this, and that should be good. So now we need to wait for nighttime, which is, it's noon now. There was somewhere on the outskirts of this biome, that thing over there, we have an advancement. Oh, hey, cows. We can take one of those home with us. This thing, because we never made the beginner grill, but these little huts have one. So we can pick that up and get a free advancement. Some of this stuff might be useful in the early game too, but we just didn't bother. Now let's go back over to our little totem battle zone and wait for night. There's probably productive things that I could be doing, like maybe chopping down a tree, but honestly, like I said, I don't think we need that much dark oak. I think it's really just to get the chest. It's like just an advancement. It's kind of nice in a way, because it's like you have to do it to progress, but you don't really have to grind it out. So this will be a good test run. We're gonna run in here. Do we have spider in time? Probably. That seems legitimate. All right, I'm gonna wait until night, and then I'll get back with you guys. All right, the sun is setting. I went around and gathered up a little bit more food, some extra potatoes, and I used our little campfire thing to cook those. It will not cook the beetroot though, interestingly, even though you can cook beetroots. So for whatever reason, that's just not a thing. And a little bit of wheat. I picked up a little bit of wheat. I'd like to have my hot bar free so I can see what kind of loot we're picking up. Okay, we're getting mobs spawning. Ooh, did we immediately get... That is one of the big bad nasties. Let's take care of this zombie, and then we'll bring him over here. I want to see if night vision will counteract the darkness that those guys give you. They give you a darkness effect, blindness or whatever. Hey, you. Hey, buddy. Yeah, come get some. Coming? Yeah, he's coming. He's coming. These guys are brutal. But if you stand up... Hey, dude. Hey, come on. Yeah, if you get up here, they don't actually do any damage. Word. Make sure there's nothing else coming at us. And that was the whole point of that, was to get the luck from the pigs and not have to be here all night. Now, we could leave, But we actually, I think, need one more of these. So let's see what we can see. Who's coming? We got Corallium or whatever. I can't remember what those guys are called. They give off smoke particles, so I'm hoping we can just see them, and we got kind of lucky actually. I'm just getting one of those, the high tier beasts right off the bat. Alright, we're gonna have to run around a little bit and see if we can lure something back. Hey, you. We got a head. How neat is that? Yeah, and I lit that up so we could find it in the dark. We basically have what we need at this moment, but we're eventually going to have to come back here and get more of these shadow gems. So, oh wow. I think that was all the villagers. They got turned into plague zombies, or abyssal zombies, that's what they're called. Look at them. They're going to go to war. Let's see what happens to the villager. They don't care about the villager. They want to go fight other zombies. They turn the zombies into abyssal zombies. There's just a horde of them. I don't see any other shadow creatures out there. Creeper. I definitely don't want to go in that direction. Yeah, they're over there kicking the villagers' butts now. Turned them into a zombie. I hear you. Depth's Ghoul, that's what they're called. See, having this wolf totem is crazy good. It just kills these guys. I think this was a really good strategy. Just keeping an eye out for more of these shadow creatures. We do want all of this loot. At least some of it. Like we want a little bit of all this stuff. What is that gray stuff, I'm wondering? I think I tried to break some and couldn't. One-shotted him. Boop! Alright, let's go see if we can aggro some shadow creatures. And oh hey, there we go. Little dude. We don't actually care about this little guy. They just dropped the tiniest of shards, and we need like 80 of those, 81 of them to compress down to get one of these gems, so they're not actually worthwhile. You want to come? He did not go back. So we need at least the medium-sized ones for it to really be worth killing them. You. I mean, I'll take them. Maybe eventually we get 81 of them and we actually compress them down. Once we get into the next age, we can make the Necronomicon, and the charging of the Necronomicon occasionally summons shadow creatures, so we don't actually have to come back here to get additional shadow gems per se, although this is a pretty good place to do it. Are we getting, yeah. Don't want to get fixated on one enemy. I can't believe we got a shadow beast like right out the gate. That was so excellent. Hello. Well, I mean, if this guy's going to volunteer, we might as well lure him over to our fortune area. Two shot. Ooh, man. So good. Guys coming. We got the conga line of depth ghouls coming at us. That creeper's gonna come over here and be really disappointed. 30 hit points. And we two-shot him. Oh, he dropped armor. Cool. And we've got enough inventory space for that. It's nothing we can use just yet, but the boots are handy. I don't know if they have to be fully repaired. Alright, let's go. We're running out of time. If we don't get more tonight, I'll just head back. I'm not going to spend another day here. We have what we need for now. I can come back and grind on this a little bit later. I just wanted to show off my genius strategy. I think it's pretty genius anyway. I'm very pleased. It worked out really well. Granted, it was a little bit lucky. 2 shadow gems just right out the gate. Hey dude, what are you doing? Just standing over there. He's like a peeping Tom or something. Okay, let's quicken and make a run and see if we can find one more dude before they stop spawning. Does not look like we're gonna have any luck on that front. Like the sun is officially up now. Mobs are burning. Do we have any extra inventory space? Not really. Let me go up here where it's relatively safe. Don't want to lose now. What can we get rid of? We really don't need a depth ghoul head, I don't think. Actually, are there any uses for that? No. We just need an empty hand so that we can pick up one of these cows on our way home. Let's go. This does make us a little bit slow, so hopefully that doesn't get us hurt on our way home. Is that obsidian? It looks like it makes something else because we don't have access to obsidian yet. I'd like to get that beehive. But we'll come back for that. We're getting close to the point of using agriculture as well. I think this next age unlocks the hoe. So we'll be able to till soil. I think it also unlocks a lot of building blocks. We won't be able to get the chisel until we get some metal, so probably next episode we'll do a bunch of prospecting. Try to get some copper and tin and maybe get into some bronze. Can I? Ooh, I can. I can still pick wheat with a cow in my hand. Hey cow, look at this. He's gonna help me mow the grass. Is realistically all we need, but I'm going to breed all 4 of them that we have, and then we'll do the buffalo dance and get some buffaloes. Then we have to breed the buffaloes a bit. In fact, I should probably make a separate pen for that. Okay, wheat. You guys. Oh, hey, where's my lead? What's going on, man? You and you do the little dance. Let's make another pen. Need some planks. Just because I don't know what else to use, really, more than anything. space real quick. Just a little bit will do. Oh, all I probably need to do is this. Merge to chest. Yeah. Good, good, good. We don't have any place for gunpowder yet. Have I not brought back any gunpowder? That's kind of hard to believe. Alright, we're going to pick up the baby cow. And we'll put him in here with the other cows. And then this will become our buffalo chamber, I think. Okay, buffalo dance. We need a wind chime for that. Okay. The wind chime, if I remember right, we need sticks, bones, a flint, I want to do this before we do other things because, wait, what? Did I do that? Okay, chime. Cannot type. Chimney. Yeah, oh, and string. Okay, let's grab some string. String, flint, bone. I think that was it. Yes. I got no inventory space for something like you. So we gotta go up a couple of blocks. Ugly, but it'll get the job done. And reattach you. This is why what I would suggest is build some kind of a barrier, because they will occasionally just wander off for whatever reason. What do we need? Drum and chime. Okay, and we need our flute and our rattle. Drum and chime. Buffaloes. Are they still? They're not still. They break their leads when they. Oh, come on. Also, all of this stuff is in the way of the mill, so we're gonna have to. This place is just a terrible, terrible mess at the moment. In fact, maybe let's take a minute. Oh, whoops. Maybe let's take a moment and move some things. Kind of clean the place up just a little bit. Served its purpose. That's a little bit better. I don't have any dirt on me. those things around. What else can we ditch? We can cook that. Actually, let's keep that. Okay. Now the next thing we want to do is get our flame broiled whopper going. We will need bark for that and string. Put away some of these mob drops. Is that it? Oh, and I think we need red cedar. Let's see. Yeah, we need red cedar. Shark's tooth we can get. Charcoal dust. Oh, we need the okay. We need this, the millstone, in order to get charcoal dust. So a bunch of stone and a stone slab. I think that shouldn't be a problem. Stone and a stick and our crafting rock. We're close. We're getting close to not having to do wait, that guy. We're getting close to not having to do this anymore. The next age gives us a crafting table, which will be amazing. And then in order to power this, that's not where we want to put that, is it? No, put it over here. In order to power that, we need this thing. So we need buffalo teeth and more red cedar. So that's our next thing. We need to do the whichever ritual it is that gives us the Zapfiel waltz. No. Yeah, any sapling. So the rite of spring. Oh, whoops. Which is flute and drum. So we don't need to do anything super fancy in terms of setting up our chime again or anything like that. We'll just go over here and I put all my logs away apparently, or I ran out, one of the two. Apparently I ran out. Oh, I merged to chest. That's what happened. They probably went back in here. Right over here. We'll just quick and make a totem base. Throw down our drum. And then we need some saplings. Plenty. So it's flute and drum. Yep. There we go. Now we just need to wait for those to grow. We also need to wait for our buffalo to grow, because I think this was 4 buffalo teeth, and for that I think we're gonna want a totem. So what I'm planning to do is put the buffalo in here. So let's put down a totem base. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll make this so that when we do manage to kill these buffalo, because it's going to be 10 minutes before they grow up, it's going to be a while. Ooh, hey, how does that not have any water in it? Okay, here's another one we can do. There is a rain dance. Drum and rattle. Let's try it. One of our instruments is no longer working. You can see the... Oh, so we need more instruments before we can do the rain dance. I think it was the drum that ran out of juice. You know, each instrument can only add so much melody to a given ritual, so yeah, that's a thing. Could turn more cows into buffaloes. That would speed the process up, but fortunately for you guys, I can cut the recording and it doesn't have to take hours and hours for you, which I think is what I'm gonna do. We're kind of at a bottleneck here with the buffaloes, so I'll be back when these guys are fully grown and bred and then grown again, and probably I'll breed them 2 or 3 times just so we can have a pile of buffalo. I don't know what I'll do in the meantime, but I'll figure something out. Okay, and these guys are taking forever to grow. So I took the guy off the grinder. One of them grew up and clipped out, so I had to drag him over to this pit that I quickly created, and then I'm taking this guy off the grinder, and hopefully he gives us 2 teeth. Nope, he sure didn't. And that is my lead that's gonna disappear. I really thought that was going to be it, which is why I hit record, but clearly it was not. So let's grab, no idea which one of these is going to grow up first, unfortunately. Maybe he'll clip, if they grow up, I had the babies pulling this guy, and as soon as he grew, he broke the lead again, so that's the thing. I went outside and gathered up a bunch of produce, got some wheat, I got a bunch of carrots and potatoes and beetroot seeds and hemp seeds and whatnot over there in one of the strainer bases. I need to make more meshes for those too. I tried to make all the leather, but there was only enough water in 6 barrels to do 3. So, and not even like leather. I think this is just one of the intermediary steps. Oh no, I think that's proper leather. I'm gonna need more leads here pretty soon. So, geez, I guess I'll be back. I thought that was gonna be it. Sorry, guys. Okay, we'll surely get it this time. This guy grew up. I made these execution animal pens. But it was the one guy that I didn't move who ended up growing first, of course. All standard. There's a tooth. That's all we needed was 1 more. And we needed some cedar wood planks, red cedar. It was... and 4 of the teeth. Pretty sure that was the recipe, if I remember right, to get our gear. This recipe gets much easier in the next age, so you really only have to do this 1 time. So it was cobblestone, gears, and sticks, if I remember correctly. 2 sticks and a gear and a cobble. Yes, sir. Now this is a pain in the butt, but it also allows us to saturate our food. We are at 89% on vegetables, so just to finish off these 4 potatoes will probably put us there, and then we'll grab some meat and we'll start eating meat. I had this guy make some charcoal. Got no inventory space at all. We just needed 2. Rain, excellent. Every time you pull this thing, it takes 1 saturation or hunger. So, to make our 2 charcoal dusts, it took 8 saturation. Ridiculous. Okay, we can get this done now, though. It was charcoal, charcoal. That guy, 2 of these, a shark tooth, and then we just need our hopper. I threw my stones away because I was out picking up produce. Chest. Oh, I thought I threw those back in. That's why I got no inventory space. Get in there. It'll be so nice once we get this melter done. We'll also be able to do chests. This is all leading up to the melter. That is the goal for the day. Hopefully we get there. Oh, we need why won't you come out? Because I have sticks in my offhand? Is that the problem here? Sure was. We need string. Space is just dumb. Problem solved. Yes, sir. And as much as it doesn't make sense, I think I'm gonna actually use this to automate our grill and not our kiln, because the kiln has a thing in the next age. There's a thing called a dung pipe that just it'll output from this, so the whopper is not really necessary in that regard. Put the whopper in here for now. The next thing we want is the melter base, so we want porcelain. So we need white dye powder, clay, and flint. White dye powder we get with bone in our grinder here. We'll just take this guy, scoot him over. I thought I saw another buffalo out on the loose. Yeah, but I lost one of my leads, I think. Oh no, I have it. Okay. I'll have you. They don't like to walk through the barrels for some reason. I was having a hard time getting to go through the barrels. Hopefully this will be enough rainwater. I would expect, I mean, most of the other mod packs that have similar mechanics, like one rain, will fill up these barrels. But not these. They are slow, 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 for whatever reason. And this is going to give us flaked bone, which we can then further grind down. Excuse me for a moment. Okay. Scam likely. Yesterday and today, man, I've just been getting so many scam phone calls. It's like suddenly I'm on their hot list. Super annoying. I can't just turn my phone off while I record, unfortunately, because like I said, my brother works out on a fishing boat. I'm watching his house and his dog, so like if he calls me, I have to be able to answer the phone because he's on a tight schedule up there, and he can't just call me anytime he wants to. He's got to make sure that his schedule allows for that too. So I can't really miss a phone call from him. Long story short, you know what we should do while we're kind of waiting for other things to happen here? Plant these mulberry saplings so that when we need the mulberry produce, we will have it. Almost done over here. Can't see the number of bones remaining. Just get out of your way here, bro. Here's what we can do. Seriously again. Just one after another. Now we're also going to need a bunch of sand and gravel, which we should have in here. Sand, gravel, sand, gravel. Roughly the same number of each. That even works out nicely. Let's go over here, drop off some extra saplings and this buffalo produce. I think these make like 6 raw leather, dried hides. No, those are not. Whatever, raw hides, that's what they're called, yeah. I think they make like 6 raw hides. Well, that's something we could do. Let's make one of these nets and 8 sugar cane. That works. We can turn one of those into a fishing. We have a lot of worms. I've been just kind of collecting them as I've been excavating dirt. I cannot wait for a crafting table. I'm not in a hurry to get through the progression, but getting a crafting table would be huge. I think I already put a stack of worms in there. Great. So that'll get us a source of protein, just kind of a renewable and continuous source of protein. Okay, let's put the rest of these in here. Looks like that's going to get us a fairly similar number of the bone meal, and then we have to put the bone meal in again in order to get the white dye powder. And we could do some of that manually ourselves, I suppose. Actually, we get 2. We get 2 if we do it in the millstone. So let's do that instead. That makes a lot more sense. As predicted, the stack of potatoes here got us to 15 hearts. I will come back because this is going to take a minute, and it's just going to be me standing here pulling this lever for the next 20 minutes. All right, I got what we need to make the grout. Oh, I think is that or the porcelain rather. but I've been pulling that thing a few times and it's not doing, so maybe. Oh, flint, clay, and oh, wow, I'm glad I checked. Flint, clay, and wow, okay, I was way off. Let's grab a stack of clay. And I think I threw my little mesh thingy away, so let's grab. No, I thought you could. Maybe not. This guy, and I'm glad I checked. Wow, that would have been bad. I would have been there, sitting there pulling that lever for the next hour. Anyway, I got the stuff, but unfortunately now I have to stand here and pull the lever for another 20 minutes. So I'll check back in. I just wanted to hit record so I could show you that I'm incompetent, and then I'll go away again. Okay, I got 22 of these, which I think is what we need. So for the melter, we need a primal chest advanced, our flame grilled whopper. I'm glad we saved it. I mean, not that we couldn't have just picked it back up again. 2 stone grills? 2 stone grills, okay. And clay barrel extensions, which are 6 clay for 2. So I didn't have to pull the lever for quite 20 minutes, but it was a minute. I went through 7 of the wolf meat, all of our shark meat, all of our chicken. Let's grab our burning whopper. I think the granite is over here. We need 6 and 6 of these stones. Got it. What else did we need for this? Oh, a primal chest advanced, right? Some Darklands oak. 8 of those, and we need bark. I think we're done with the wheat for right this moment. Do that. You. Oh, right, we gotta. Jeez. We have to actually burn this stuff. That's gonna be a minute. Let's do this. I'll have to relight that in a minute, but this makes more sense. Do a little bit of automation here while we're waiting for that to happen. going to be changing all these chests out anyway. And then these 3 we need to save for the spout. We can't actually make it yet. It unlocks with the next age once we build these 2 guys. So I'll be back when all of that is cooked up. Alright, got 12 of these guys, which is all we need. Oh, I guess that's not true. I want to wait for the rest to cook up. Sorry. Oh, because I have to steal my hopper back. Okay, now we are finally ready. Oh, we gotta break that, don't we? We want our primal chest advanced. I'm gonna put that out just to make sure we don't accidentally burn this hopper, because that would be an absolute tragedy. Got both of our recipes here. Boom. Woo! And just to round out the episode, we're going to make a crafting table, because I don't like to do progression off camera, and I wouldn't want to be stuck in between episodes without a crafting table. And we're going to make a proper chest. Actually, we'll go ahead and make a double chest, and like everything that we've got in all of these primitive chests is going to fit in this double chest. Alright guys, that was about the right length. It kind of took the exact amount of time. Also, if you breed these guys, which I just did, they will break their leads, so just something to be careful about if you're doing something similar to what I've got going on here. Make sure you pick those up and get them reattached, or they'll wander off and you'll lose your leads when they despawn. You guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you drop me a like.